There is a moment when she decides everything about you before you even speak. A flicker of tension in your shoulders, a glance that hesitates. She notices it all. Most men think charm or words win her over, but the truth is far more subtle, far more dangerous if you get it wrong. This first minute, it's a psychological minefield, and nearly every man steps on it without realizing. It tells her subconscious everything she needs to know about your confidence, your energy, your worth. It's not your fault. Nobody taught you this. Society handed you scripts full of cliches. Be funny, be rich, be smooth. But those aren't the signals her brain is wired to read. You've been set up to miss the most important cues. You're not broken. You've just been left in the dark until now. And that's exactly what I do. My name is Luna John, and female psychology has been my world for over a decade. I watch these tiny moments over, and I've seen patterns most men will never notice. Today, I'm going to give you 5 secret things every woman notices about a man in the first 60 seconds. And the last one, almost nobody ever uses it, but it changes everything. The first secret is what I call the anchor of presence. It's how your body speaks before your mouth ever opens. Women don't hear confidence, they feel it. Your posture, your chest subtly lifted, your shoulders back. This triggers her parasympathetic nervous system, the part of her brain wired to scan for security and stability. She notices it even if she can't articulate it. When you slouch or fidget, she subconsciously registers uncertainty, and it repels attraction before a single word is exchanged. It's fascinating, really. Her limbic system reacts to your presence instantly. You could walk into a room and say nothing, but if your energy is grounded, she feels a dopamine spike. She feels curiosity. She feels intrigue. And every woman will replay that sensation later, often without even knowing why. Here's a real-life example. Imagine a coffee shop. You walk in, shoulders back, slow, purposeful steps, and make eye contact with her for a fraction of a second. She notices. She feels a magnetic pull she can't name. Another man comes in, slouched, fidgeting, nervously scanning, and she feels the exact opposite: tension, avoidance, disinterest. That 1 second of grounded presence tells her more than 1,000 rehearsed lines ever could, and that's only the beginning. Because point number 2, that's where most men lose her completely, and they never even know why. And here's where it gets interesting. Point number 2 is what I call the mirror of attention. Most men think showing interest is enough. They smile, nod, ask questions. But that's surface level. Women notice when you're truly present, not looking at your phone, not scanning the room, not thinking about what to say next. When you match her energy subtly, mirror her gestures, lean in at the right moment, her brain releases oxytocin. That's the bonding chemical. She literally starts to feel safe, connected, and intrigued before she even realizes it. Most men do the opposite. They interrupt, over-explain, or force humor. But you match her pace, her tone, her subtle movements, and it's hypnotic. She notices it subconsciously. She'll remember that feeling long after the conversation ends. Picture this. She's telling a story about her day, animated, hands moving. You slightly mirror her gestures, nod, smile in sync. Nothing over the top, just enough that her brain feels understood. That tiny alignment triggers a dopamine rush, and you've just created an emotional shortcut to attraction. Most men, they miss it completely, leaving her thinking, he's nice, but something's off. You, however, leave an imprint she can't explain. If this is hitting different, tap the like button. It helps this reach men who genuinely need it. Point number 3 is what I call the forbidden glance. Almost nobody talks about this, but evolutionary psychology shows women's brains respond to subtle visual cues faster than words. Your eye contact, the way you let it linger, the micro expressions you allow. These communicate dominance, warmth, and interest all at once. Her limbic system decodes it before her conscious mind can filter it. She can't unsee it. She doesn't even know why it pulls her in. Here's a scenario. You catch her eyes across the room, not a stare, a fraction of a second longer than normal. She glances away, then back. Her heart rate spikes slightly. Your gaze communicates something words cannot. You notice her, and she matters. Most men either avoid the eyes entirely or overdo it, creating discomfort. But you, measured, intentional, confident, you create subtle tension that ignites curiosity. And this is nothing, absolutely nothing, compared to what comes next. Because the next secret isn't just about presence or attention, it's about emotion, something almost no man ever realizes he's sending or failing to. Now we arrive at point 4, what I call the pulse of desire. This is where most men completely miss the emotional undercurrent she's feeling and why she can't stop thinking about a man who gets it right. Her body reacts before her mind can label it. Her breathing changes, her pupils dilate. She replays these moments at 3 a.m., wondering why she's drawn to him without a word being said. It's subtle, but devastatingly powerful. Picture this, you're at a coffee shop. She's laughing at something mundane, her eyes sparkling, and you lean in slightly, not too close, just enough that she feels the warmth of your energy brush hers. You tilt your head just slightly, showing interest without neediness. She notices the shift. Her chest tightens in anticipation. Her brain releases a cocktail of dopamine and oxytocin, and she's hooked, often before she even realizes it. Most men rush in, talk too much, try too hard. But you're measured, aware, grounded. That difference is magnetic. Most men will miss every one of these signals their whole lives. But you're here, you're learning, you're already different, you're becoming the kind of man women can't ignore. And this is exactly what I see in my work. In my years studying this, patterns emerge again and again. The men who master these first 60 seconds, they leave an imprint she carries with her, her attention, her curiosity, her subtle desire. It all shifts when you understand these signals. She starts to notice not just how you look, but how you make her feel on a deep, almost forbidden level. And yet, there is one final piece. And this one, I almost didn't include it, because once you know this, you cannot unknow it. It changes the way she experiences you from the very first second, forever. The final secret is what I call the unspoken signature. Almost no one talks about this, but women feel it immediately, and men who master it are remembered for years. It's the combination of micro-confidence, subtle warmth, and presence that leaves an indelible mark. Your energy, your tone, even the way you carry yourself. It communicates who you are before a word is spoken. Her limbic system picks up on authenticity, trustworthiness, and magnetism all at once. She notices it before she can consciously define it. And it sticks. Here's how it works. You walk into a room, shoulders grounded, gaze calm but aware. You acknowledge her with just a flicker of attention, a slight nod, a brief, intentional smile. You say hello casually, no over-explaining, no trying too hard. She feels it immediately. He's different. He's not like other men. And in that instant, her brain begins associating you with safety, intrigue, and subtle dominance. That's the unspoken signature. Invisible, yet unforgettable. Let's walk through this one more time, step by step. Number 1, anchor of presence. Your body speaks first. Posture and energy trigger attraction instantly. 2, the mirror of attention. Match her subtle energy, and she feels understood, bonded, intrigued. 3, the forbidden glance. Your measured eye contact communicates desire and dominance before she realizes it. 4, the pulse of desire. Your energy and presence create emotional tension that sticks in her subconscious. And 5, the unspoken signature. Your overall authenticity and grounded aura leave her memory indelibly marked. Most men go their entire lives never understanding any of this. They wonder why nothing clicks, why she seems distant, why the moment never arrives. But you came here, you stayed, you learned. That alone makes you different. If this opens something in you, subscribe and turn on notifications. Next week, I'm revealing something women feel in the first 30 seconds of meeting a man. You do not want to miss that. Comment, signature below. I read every single one. Remember this. She doesn't just notice what you say or even how you look. She notices the invisible energy you carry, And that energy will decide everything. Be the man whose presence she remembers, long after the moment has passed.